Here we go.
Good afternoon. It is Friday, May 27th. This is the Bat X Release Show on Covers with Derek Carty. I'm your co-host, Josh Ingalls. Great to see everybody here, as always, joining us here Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, back at 11 a.m. We got 3 to go today, locked and loaded, plus EV plays. Are you ready, Mr. Carty? And let's start this Friday off.
Yep, let's get it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get straight to the release procedure here. We will tell you first where the best odds are, and hopefully they haven't moved because fighting this market is sometimes a losing battle. We'll tell you the books. Next, we'll tell you what game we're going to. We'll give you some time, load that up. Then we'll tell you what market we are betting on. After that, we give you some time, and then we'll go to the team, the player, the play, and then the over-under on that play, giving everybody enough time to each get that great number that we're finding. So in saying that, 3 plays today. Starting release number 1, we are at BetMGM for the best price here. Also available at pretty much every other book, but MGM with the best price. The game for release number 1, we are looking at Kansas City Royals at the Minnesota Twins. Find that. Nothing early in the afternoon today, so we're looking at the 7 o'clock games. Royals at Twins. The prop market we are looking at is pitcher strikeouts. Royals at Twins, pitcher strikeouts. Find it there. For release number 1, we are going Kansas City pitcher Brad Keller under 4.5 Ks. Had it at minus 139 earlier. Market's starting to move. So Brad Keller under 4.5 Ks, minus 139. Best book, BetMGM. Keller's a funny one, is he not, Derek? He's getting deep. He's pitching deep into games, but this is a number that he hasn't hit in 6 straight starts.
Yeah, I mean, the leash is not a concern with him. Like, he has a well above average leash. Like you said, he'll probably go deep into this game, but he's one of the worst strikeout pitchers in baseball. Like, he just doesn't generate strikeouts. He doesn't have the stuff for it. And there's nothing about this matchup that should see him perform above his usual ability. You know, he has a bad pitch framer in Melendez. It's some of the better hitting weather on the slate. His ground ball tendencies don't match up particularly well with Minnesota's ground ball, fly ball tendencies. So this is just that's really what it comes down to. It's just he's not a strikeout pitcher. He uses his fastball a lot. Fastballs are not conducive to strikeouts. And that's all it is. Like, he's just a guy who doesn't strike a lot of guys out, and there's nothing about this matchup that suggests otherwise. And we've already seen since the open the market move in this direction. Some books, I think, are, negative 160, negative 165. So if you can get him negative 140, negative 145, negative 150, I like it a lot.
As we can get the producers to bring that graphic back up, just want to take a look at the projections. I think it flashed quickly. The projection was, 3 point, as we see it there. Yeah, Keller projected, bad projection, 3.29.
Yeah.
So that's where your cutoff is, roughly probably 160 at the most. You wouldn't go a bit more than that?
I think you can do that. I'd hit it at negative 160, but the value is not as strong there as it is at, negative 140 or so.
Okay, so release number 1, Brad Keller under 4.5 Ks, minus 139 at BetMGM. That's where we have. Don't worry if he's going deep. He's not a swing and a miss guy, and he likely will go 6-7 innings like he has. But like I said, not a number he's topped in 6 straight starts. Going to release number 2. We are at PointsBet for this play. We are at PointsBet, but can also be found at BetMGM, Bet365. So release number 2, the game we're looking here, the New York Yankees at the Tampa Bay Rays. The New York Yankees at the Tampa Bay Rays. Give you some time for that. The prop market we are looking at, and PointsBet is a little tricky sometimes to find these markets, is stolen bases. So we'll give you some time if you're on PointsBet to scroll and find that player stolen bases market there. So for release number 2, we are going with Tampa Bay second baseman, right fielder, Vidal Brujan, over 0.5 stolen bases, plus 800. Vidal Brujan, over 0.5 stolen bases, plus 800. We're at PointsBet. This number, plus 725 already at Bet365, so we're getting it there. What do we like in this projection here, Derek?
Yeah, part of it is that Brujan's a young guy. He's raw, but he's very toolsy, very athletic, very fast. So he needs to get on base in the first place. His numbers this year have been really bad, but that's probably part of the reason we're getting these kinds of odds, because he's not as bad as these numbers indicate. He will get on base going forward at a higher clip than he has so far. And once he does, he has the speed to steal a lot of bases. And this is a good matchup. Jameson Taillon is a very favorable pitcher to steal against. And so I like this bet. I like other Rays stolen base bets today. Manny Margot's looked really good. So it's just a good spot for Rays base stealers today.
Good. So this is more of a bet versus the battery of Taillon and whoever's behind the plate, whether it's Trevino or Higashioka, who I think is still out. So there we go. Little big plus money play there with the young Tampa Bay utility player here who bats ninth. But we were talking about it earlier. It is book specific. It's almost better in these certain low-risk plays that he comes off the bench in a stealing position where he doesn't have to get on, and they know that he's going to swipe a bag. So,
yeah, he's not guaranteed to start this game, so could be no action, or depending on the book, like you said, it could wind up being like that, which is fine, because if he doesn't have to get on in the first place, they just put him on in a spot where he can steal a base. Like that's great.
Good. Linda's saying got Keller minus 120 at DK thanks to a 25% boost. So people might want to look at that. That is a great number there. Jumping over to final release number 3. We're going to DraftKings here. Also found at Caesars. This one's not widely available because there has been some changes in the pitching in this game. So the game we're looking here at DraftKings for release number 3, we are looking at the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, at the Arizona Diamondbacks. That is the game here for release number 3. Go find it. Get into the book. Like I said, DraftKings or Caesars for your best number. Pretty similar numbers. It was 5 minutes ago. Okay, Dodgers versus Diamondbacks. The market we're looking at here is pitcher strikeouts. And LD Yanks there just in the middle says Brujan is in the lineup. So either or, that was a win for us. So that's great too. Nice. We'll see that number tumble. So pitcher strikeouts, Dodgers, Diamondbacks. For release number 3, we are going Dodgers prospect starting pitcher, Ryan Pepiot, under 4.5 Ks, even money. Ryan Pepiot, under 4.5 Ks, even money. Top prospect. I mean, he's getting the start. They pushed Gosselin back a day. What does the projection like here for the young pitcher?
Yeah, so part of this is the leash. Dodgers, if you're not talking about their elite pitchers, the Dodgers keep a very short leash on their back end guys. We saw last night Mitch White, who's kind of like a swingman hybrid type guy, a little different role than Pepiot, but he was pitching really well, and they pulled him after 4 innings because he was coming back around to the top of the order for the 3rd time, and they pulled him. And Pepiot has had a fairly short leash through the minors with the Dodgers, in his couple starts this year. And this matchup isn't especially favorable. Obviously, Arizona is a bad offense. He'll probably show some good efficiency here. But it is kind of a sneaky tough matchup, in part because Arizona doesn't strike out a ton, depending on the lineup we see. And also, the roof is expected to be open tonight, and it's hot. It's been closed all homestands so far. It's going to be closed all weekend. But tonight, they're saying they're going to open the roof. and that's not ideal conditions for pitching.
Awesome. So in that sense, humidity's up in the ballpark?
Yeah, temperature, and humidity. So it's it's going to be probably the best hitting conditions of the night there.
Fantastic. Those are great words if you're looking at other markets. Best hitting conditions. What game yesterday had the best hitting conditions?
That Great American game.
Yeah. Cincinnati hangs a 20 spot. Thank you very much. So those are our 3 plays today. To recap, as we bring it up to the producers, bring it up there. We're on Brad Keller, under 4.5 Ks, minus 139. Bunch of people in the chat here. Also got it at minus 120 with a boost at DK. We are taking Vidal Brujan from the Tampa Bay Rays over 0.5 stolen bases. Confirmed someone said he's in the lineup, plus 800. Also like Manuel Margot in that matchup too. And then wrapping it up here with Dodgers prospect pitcher Ryan Pepiot, under 4.5 Ks, plus 100 versus the Diamondbacks. Those are our 3 plays today. We wish everybody to have a great weekend. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you back here Tuesday at 11 a.m.